Hi everybody, welcome to another one of our series of videos of helping people to live better and being the best version of themselves. Now today we're going to talk about exam stress, exam anxieties, exam nerves, whatever you want to call it. We know this tends to impact most of us at some point in our lives, and mainly in our teenage years. Now I've got 5 children who've all been through and are going through that stage. I get to see the stress that they're under, because I think personally we put in children under pressure sometimes too early in life, especially around what we call exams and tests. I like to call them assessments, because assessments are more of where we are in life and what we need to do to move on and make something better in our lives. So maybe that'll take a little bit of pressure off. But if your child is going through the examination process at the moment, or is up and coming, and you can see the changes in them because they are afraid. They're afraid of maybe failing, or afraid of letting parents down is a big thing that happens for children. Or maybe, they just got this anxiety going on where they're a bit short of breath, they're a bit short-tempered, maybe more short-tempered than normal. We're talking about teenagers, mind. So they've got a character of their own anyway, and their own temperament. You can't tell them what to do anymore because they know it all. Yeah, we've all been there. And my own experience with my own children is I'm able to give them techniques, little exercises, even down to the way they breathe in and thinking about the exam prior to doing it and while they're doing it. And you know what? My daughter recently phoned me up, actually today, excited, because she's been fearful over the last couple of weeks about her maths. And she phoned me up today, and it was an assessment prior to doing her actual main exam. And she got a C, which she was really elated about. And she thought she was going to fail it completely. And the relief that I could hear in her voice over the phone was really wonderful for me, because the last thing any of us want as a parent is to watch our child going through all this fear and anxiety and not having any ability to help them, because we then feel helpless. It's possible for a child to learn some things so that they can be more in control of their emotions, keep a clearer mind, because they have all the information. They have all the answers to the questions that are about to be asked. Now they've got that information, they just need to access it. And when they stay calm and when they're more relaxed, that information can come from where it needs to come from. And then they feel better about taking what they call tests and exams. Again, I'd like to call them assessments. A lovely technique I use with a number of people is a timelining technique, where we get them to float above the timeline and go back to an experience when it first started, maybe caused them to feel under pressure. So by changing the initial events, in the future, if they get something similar, like sitting for an exam, doing a test, then they don't seem to be able to find the same anxiety. And it can work really well when it's done well. And just imagine your timeline, a future and a past. And if you can just imagine lifting yourself up in your imagination, just lift yourself up off that line and allow yourself to be with the feeling of anxiety that you get when you take a test, and just let yourself drift to the first time you felt it. Then you need to take, what was it you didn't learn? What did you learn from that experience at that time because you were too young? And that will change the perspective of things happening in your future. I hope that's been of help. And thanks for listening. I look forward to seeing you on our next video.